So Jesse Ventura, the 38th governor of Minnesota, said, "We call our country the home of the free, the brave, and the land of the free," but it's not. We give a false portrayal of freedom. We're not free. If we were free, we'd allow people their freedom. Prohibiting something doesn't make it go away. Prostitution is criminal. And bad. And it's because it's run illegally by dirtbags who are criminals. If it's legal, the girls could have better health checks, unions, benefits, and anything else every other worker gets. And it would be better. Prostitution is known for being the world's oldest profession. In the world today, there are about a dozen different widely acknowledged forms of prostitution. Today I'm going to discuss a little about prostitution, the benefits for the individuals involved if prostitution was legalized, and the benefits it would have to society. So, prostitution is defined as the practice or occupation of engaging in sexual activity with someone for payment. So, Eric Dye, a journalist for Finding Justice, found statistics and facts for his article, A Look at Prostitution. So today, currently there are 40 million men and women who are selling themselves. And in 22 countries, these individuals are doing so legally and with regulations. Currently in America, there's only one state that has legal prostitution, and it's only in certain rural cities, and that's in Nevada. So in America, there are 800,000 citizens who are arrested every year for soliciting, which costs taxpayers $200 million for court and jail fees. So the demand for sex is not small, and it's not being eliminated anytime soon. This demand spurs a $58 billion industry, which is sex trafficking. It's the fastest growing criminal industry in the world, with 2.5 million people being trafficked currently. So next, I'm going to discuss the benefits to the individuals who participate in prostitution. It's currently the most dangerous job in America, with the murder rate being 204 people for every 100,000 prostitutes. The second being a fisherman, which is 129 people for every 100,000. So it's a little bit of a difference there. Banning prostitution has not made it go away. Robin Barton, a journalist for The Crime Reporter, wrote in her article, Why Prostitution Should Be Legalized in the United States. Banning has made working conditions unnecessarily dangerous, with drugs, abuse, rape, and murder. Legalizing would not make it safe, but safer. So by legalizing prostitution, the government would be forced to put in regulations in place, such as health codes, safe working conditions, licensing, and security for both the prostitutes and the customers. So now for the benefits of society, which I mean most of us are probably not purchasing for sex, but we do live in a country that has people who purchase sex. So the regulations would benefit us as a society because people would be off of the streets and in secure indoor facilities. So it would clean up the area with a high density of prostitution. The population of workers would be required to have proper licensing, health requirements, and safeties to protect both worker and customers. So that would reduce the number of unreported and reported rapes, abuse, murders, and it would lower the transfer rate of STDs. Also, taxes. They would be taxed for their income, and us as taxpayers wouldn't have our $200 million being in court and jail fees, but it could go to something maybe a little bit more important. in conclusion, I've discussed a little bit about prostitution, how it benefits people in the business, and how it benefits us in society.
Koss, what did you think?
Well, I reckon there was a good structure to it, starting with a quote, and there was some good statistics about, the number of workers involved in this sort of thing, and how it's dangerous, and the murder rate of, very high. I think that's interesting. But the one thing I have to say is that it's not necessarily, it was a little hard to be persuaded, because not everyone thinks that prostitution is, just accepts it as like a normal profession. So, it can be a little hard to be persuaded about it when none of the issues about, its legal or ethicalness are addressed. But otherwise, yeah, it was fun. It was good.
Well, I heard a lot of claims. I needed to have more information that the problem would be addressed by these kinds of issues. So I don't know that you've helped yourself much by affiliating prostitution with human trafficking. That seems like it would be counterintuitive. The risk level, I think, I thought that was probably the clearest argument that you had the best evidence on, although the sourcing on that was a little bit vague. I think you could be a little more specific about that. You mentioned that Nevada is the one place in the country that does this, but apparently we've got 22 other countries. Is that what I heard? 22 other countries?
Yeah, Nevada is the only place in America.
And so then my first question is, so how's it working in those 22 other countries? Where's the stuff that says that they have the lower STDs, they have less, that their death rate for people in that job is lower, and that it's better regulated, that it's a nicer world or whatever it is, that it's a safer world or a more regulated environment than you have in what we're doing now. There are just a lot of presuppositions built into the argument that I think need a little bit more development also. Okay, thank you.